Thank you for taking the time for me to ask you some questions about your experience. I was stoked to have found someone who was a Flutterflow enthusiast in Atlanta. First of all, I want to ask, how did you find me and Ambitious Labs? And then tell me a little bit more about what you were doing before you found Ambitious Labs.
I was really becoming really fluent in Flutterflow, and I knew that I needed assistance with my backend database, Firebase, Firestore, connecting all the pages because it was just something I had never dealt with before. There has to be a boot camp that allows me to get all the knowledge I need to get this off the ground as soon as possible. And not even a week later, I'm on LinkedIn, and I just saw that you were mentioning Flutterflow, met up with you, got a tour of the facility, and I was like, this is definitely something I'm going to do. Definitely, 100%.
What's the startup you're working on? Tell us a minute about your startup.
So Bhickey is the #1 booking application that pairs vehicle owners with local automotive technicians. When I first moved here to Atlanta from Miami, it was kind of shocking to not see car washes on every street corner as you would see in South Florida. And I knew that creating a platform for these technicians to be mobile-based businesses was the next best thing. So I created Bhickey to make sure that happened.
And why did you choose to build your startup with a no-code tool like Flutterflow? Do you know how to code?
No, I thrive on instant gratification. Programming, coding, you don't get instant gratification from programming and coding. It takes months, if not, years of development in order to see that project, that one page come to life. WordPress, I would say, is the grandfather of no coding development, but it was strictly for websites. Because I wanted a mobile-based application first, mobile-first application for my users, I decided that I needed to find out what Flutterflow was, how to dive into it.
So given that you had some experience in no code, when you saw us market this course as build and launch an app in 3 weeks, were you skeptical at all? Or did you believe that you could build and launch an app in 3 weeks?
So it was twofold. I knew you can structure the entire app in 2 weeks, 3 weeks. To build the entire app in 3 weeks, I was like, nah, maybe not. And literally just 4 hours a day, we were in Atlanta 4 hours a day from 10 to 1. We got the entire thing done. I was skeptical, but we made it happen for sure.
What was your favorite part about the program? Was it the experience? Was it the content? What was your favorite part about coming and learning with us?
My favorite part, I finally found my tribe, group of people that had a shared mission to build an application, to start a business, whatever it was. So when we were all in the same room, sharing ideas, sharing content, sharing resources, I felt like I really found my tribe in this group of people.
What apps did you end up making?
AI Chef, AI recipe generator that allows you to input the ingredients you have in your pantry, and then ChatGPT would spit out the recipe for you. I thought that was very neat.
Do you think that you would have rather learned the fundamentals of Flutterflow and no code development? Or did you think that you were able to learn those fundamentals while doing that project?
So that's the best thing about it it's just that very thing you said, the latter. I was able to learn the fundamentals of Flutterflow just by building the application.
Do you think you have the knowledge you need to navigate that and integrate an API?
I do, because when you mess up, it allows you to go through it again, because not everybody's going to catch on the first time.
How are you going to continue to stay in touch with these new community members and these new friends that you made and really just push life forward as an entrepreneur?
When I have the vision, I'm able to just execute it. I would try my best to, at least. It may not come out the first time, the second try, the third try, but I'm going to make sure it happens. And now that you say I'm pretty good at UX, UI, and design, I know how bad I am with back-end development and incorporating pages. Because we have Caleb that is very experienced with back-end design, we're able to barter off of each other or even go to each other for assistance. Now we're able to feed off each other and teach each other as we're going along because, again, we have a very specific skill set.
Would you recommend the program to other entrepreneurs? And if so, what type of entrepreneurs or what type of people would you recommend join the program?
I do. I would definitely recommend the Ambitious Labs to anyone who's ambitious, literally. That's in the name. You must be ambitious. Anyone that's willing to sacrifice 4 hours a night of sleep, if you can take it, 4 hours a day to just focus on the craft, because you're not going to learn it just by attending the course. You really have to go build a side project and utilize that skill that you now have to make an application. You just can't do it one time.
Torrance, I really appreciate you, man. You're a buddy and a homie now. And I just want to let you know, I cried a lot yesterday thinking about all the students that we got a chance to, help and learn from. We have students hounding us right now, like asking us to put like their certificate, like our certificate on their LinkedIn profile. And I just lost my shit, man, because it's just crazy to think that people valued our program so much that they want to like put our stamp on it.
Yeah, it's valuable.
I really, really, really appreciate you and the passion you bring, man. It's really hard to find like-minded people, and because of you, I found my tribe as well. So really, really appreciate you, Torrance.
Thank you. Appreciate you too, man.